Hello everybody. One of the most frequent questions I get is from people who are looking to do what it is that I do, who have ideas that they want to share, they want to produce books and videos, they want to produce YouTube videos, and they want to kind of get active on the seminar circuit. So in this video, I thought I'd cover my top tips for those people who want to do what it is that I do. So the first one, arguably the most important one, is that you need to continually develop your own knowledge and skills. It's an easy trap to fall into, that when we start teaching, we focus too much on the teaching and we forget about developing ourselves. But you can only teach what you know. So therefore you need to make sure that what you know is continually growing and expanding. That's how you're of most use to the students. Now to do that as well, it needs to be your passion, especially if you're going to make it your career. You're going to do this full time. It's not the most financially rewarding career path. Trust me, I know. You know that there's easier ways to make money. I could have made a lot more money if I'd continued working as an electrician. But working as an electrician wasn't my passion. I love exploring the martial arts, and I really love communicating it with people. So if you're the same, if this is something that you would do for free if you had the opportunity to do, if it's something that you really enjoy doing, then this is arguably the right path for you. But again, very, very important that you don't forget about your own development. You make sure you've got your own training time and research time, because you can only teach what it is that you know. So the next one is to continually develop your communication and instruction skills. It's very, very important that you do that you find ways to make sure that the information that you are presenting is digestible for people, that people can understand what it is you're putting across. I also think it's very important in the way you deliver it too, because like it or not, people don't like it if you're going to be boring when you communicate it. You need to make it engaging and entertaining and exciting and interesting. One of my instructors always used to say that good teaching is 80% training and 20% entertaining. You know, and I really like that model. When people come to my seminars, I hope that they enjoy the experience. Of course, I want them to take away useful information first and foremost, but I want them to enjoy it too. I want them to have a good time while they're there. I want it to be a break from the pressures of the everyday world. So I work on that. I work on my communication skills. I work on being able to put that information across in what I hope is an entertaining as well as an educational way. And that's something that you need to work on if you're going to do this. You can't be boring, you can't be dry. And if you are, you then can't complain, well, look, I've got great information, but nobody wants to listen to it. You need to make it into something that people want to listen to. So that's important that you do that too, that you work on the way that you can communicate your information. And I am my own harshest critic on this. As soon as I've finished a seminar, when I get in the car or I get on the plane, the first thing I'm doing is thinking about what went well, what did they enjoy, what did they pick up quickly, what wasn't enjoyable for them, what did I have trouble communicating, and trying to find ways in which I can improve that so I'm the best instructor possible. So that's a second big thing. You need to continually work on your instructional skills and your communication skills. The next one is to be honest and clear on your own thinking. So sometimes, you know, some of the things I've put out have been deemed as controversial. I'm not seeking to be controversial. I'm seeking to be honest. So I'm putting out information that I truly believe and I can make a good case for. I can argue the point. You know, I think this and this is why I think this. This is why I think you should think this. I understand that people are going to have different views, but again, I need to put my views across honestly. I think sometimes, you know, people fall into one of two traps, that they either want to fit with the convention, so they're scared to say anything outside the convention. I remember when I published the Bunkai Jitsu book, one of the bits of feedback I got from a very senior karateka was, you know, have you sought to be deliberately controversial here? You know, no. You know, I'm just honestly saying what it is that I think. So don't be scared to step outside the convention. The other mistake I see people making is they try and be controversial for the sake of it. Often not through what they're saying, but they'll say it in abrupt, dismissive, ways, you know, they kind of like the idea of being a controversial figure. Don't do that. You know, people quickly see through it. It needs to be the information that you're conveying, and that information needs to speak for itself. So be honest about that information. Don't be scared to express your opinion, but express it honestly and conclusively. And if people love it, then great. And if they find it controversial, then great. You know, all you've got to concentrate on is honestly communicating what you believe to be the right way that karate should be approached. Honestly putting out there good quality information. You can't control the way people are going to react to it. You don't want everybody to love it, and you don't want everybody to hate it. You've just got to throw it out into the world in a well-organized, well-structured way, and let people make of it what they will. It's important that you're relentless in communicating what it is that you've got to share. Too many people have this view that, you know, almost like the movie Field of Dreams, you know, if I build it, they will come. It doesn't work that way. You can't throw up a single YouTube video or put up a single blog post and then complain that the world's ignoring you. You need to work to get your signal through the noise. In this information age, there's lots of information out there. And if you want to develop a decent following, you need to be relentless in pushing out good quality information. As you know, I'm like a hamster on a wheel with this stuff. Every day, pretty much, I'm putting something out. Because you need to. There's no option with that. Again, you can't be lazy in this and then complain that no one knows about what it is you're doing. It's not their fault, right? You need to make sure that they'll see that information. And then from that position, they can make a judgment as whether they like that information or not. But you need to push it out. You can't expect them just to find you. It's one of the accusations I sometimes get is, oh yeah, but he's a relentless self-publicist. Good. I need to be, because no one's going to do it for me. When I first started sharing this stuff publicly 20 odd years ago, no one knocked on my door and said, we think you've got some interesting ideas and we'd like to help you publish books and DVDs. And it doesn't work that way. If you think you've got some quality information to share, you need to be relentless at it. Push it and push it and push it. And then so that the people that like that stuff can find it. If you're lazy on this, you'll be forever unknown. And if you think you've got good quality information to share, if you think your information will be useful to people and useful to the art, the obligation is on you to get it out there. You can't complain that you've got a small number of followers when you haven't done the work. So the next one, and I see people falling foul of this all the time, is don't get personal. I've been sharing information for over 20 years now. Books, DVDs, online videos, the app, my website, hundreds and if not thousands of forum posts. You won't see me. You won't find a single post where I've criticised an individual. Never. It's just not something I do. I'll criticise ideas. I'll criticise approaches. But I never get personal and attack an individual because it's just low class. And to anyone who's a decent person, it demeans your argument. It undermines your argument when you're starting to resort to like ad hominem style attacks. So, if someone's got a different view from you, discuss the view. Don't start kind of slagging off the individual. It doesn't help you. It hinders you. It's not a good thing to do at all. It's okay to criticise ideas and criticise them full force. But I think when you start criticising the individual, you're moving off point. You're not talking about the idea anymore. You're resorting to the logical fallacy of ad hominem arguments, and we don't want to do that. And for most people, it's a turn-off too. You may find that you attract some who enjoy that kind of internet drama, right? But these aren't serious people. You want people who are attracted to the idea, and the ideas that you have, not the drama you can create or the controversy that you can create. So don't do it. Just don't get personal in your discussions. Don't slag off any individual. And it doesn't matter where either. I know some people who are very polite publicly and then very impolite privately about certain individuals. Shouldn't do that. Shouldn't do it because it looks bad on you and it distracts away from your ideas as well. Focus on the ideas. Don't focus on the individuals that may hold that ideas. It's not the way to go. you have to understand that it takes time. I started publicly writing in the late 1990s. So you've over 20 plus years of relentless work to develop the following that I now have at this point. It doesn't happen quickly. No one owes you anything, and some people don't do the work and then complain that they're not getting the following they want. I get that from time to time. I've had emails where people saying, you know, I don't know why I won't break through. I've developed this website and no one's requesting seminars and my book's not selling or whatever. And I go to the blog post and there's about 3 posts there. You know, it takes time. You know, so what you've got to do is you've got to take those little incremental steps. I always say this, the key to success at anything is consistency over time. Yeah, so you can't expect quick results. And this goes back to the very first point. If this isn't something that you're really passionate about, if you're not prepared to put in the time over a long period of time, you'll never be successful with it. You know, you need to think, you know, this is fun. I love doing this. So again, accept that it takes time to develop a following. Keep doing the work. You know, and the benefits of doing that work are inevitable. They'll eventually come, but they take time, years, if not decades. So if you want to be at a certain place in 5 years' time, 10 years' time, 20 years' time, you've got to start now. And you've got to be consistent with that work over time. It is a lot of hard work, but if it's your passion, it's not work, you enjoy doing it. So you know, that takes us again back to the first point. You've got to do the work. You've got to do the work and accept that nothing's going to change quickly. It takes time and you've got to be consistent over that time. So there's a few key points. I mean, there's a lot more we could talk about, but I hope they're interesting to those who want to kind of follow this path. But again, all of those are key. But fundamentally, what's underlying all of those is you have to have a great passion for what it is you do. If you enjoy what you do, getting good at what you do, and communicating that information in an effective way over a long period of time isn't hard work. It's something that you enjoy doing. So if you have that degree of passion, I would encourage you to go for it, because karate will benefit from you sharing your information. You will get a great deal of enjoyment out of sharing that information. Individuals will find that information useful to them in developing their own approach. It's all good, but you have to be prepared to do the work over a long period of time. And what will determine ultimately whether you're prepared to do that or not is the level of passion you have for it. So if you've got that passion, go for it, and you'll enjoy every second of it and you'll reap the rewards of it. But if you've got any doubts about that, I would question if this is the route that you want to go down. Because it is hard work. It is hard work. It's great too. It's great too, but it is hard work. So I hope you found this video interesting. If there's any specifics you'd like me to expand on more, then please don't hesitate to let me know. I always think it's a great thing when people have that high level of passion for the martial arts and want to make a positive contribution to it. It's a great thing, and I'm here to help anyone who wants to do that. And I hope this video has been some help to those who want to go down that path.